All right, here we are. Hi, if this is your first time in the channel, welcome. We, my name is Bruce Clark, and we make videos that are all things Southern California. We have all kinds of videos. We're gonna be making a lot more, so we appreciate you joining us. And we want to make videos about what's like to live here, play here, work here, um, camp here. There's all kinds of cool stuff. My name is Bruce Clark. I'm a real estate agent. I help people buy and sell homes and invest here in Orange County. Riverside County, Los Angeles County, San Diego County, San Bernardino County, um, even Ventura County. Used to live out there. So whether you're looking to buy or sell in the next 5 days, 50 days further out, certainly think of us. Do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, click the bell for notification so we can notify you the next time we upload a new video. And of course, next time we go live with a video. So today it's the housing inventory, sales, and pricing. So I think one of the things I'm very mindful of is that we're very close to this industry since this is what we do. It's been almost 18 years. This is my full-time job, and so we are we're in the middle of it. And what's interesting is when you have a home that or listings that are particularly hot, and there are a lot of showings, you have a lot of interest, you have a lot of offers. You kind of think everything's like that, but that's not the case. So I certainly want to address that tonight. I'm going to talk about pricing. So don't forget to join us Sunday 6 p.m. We also have live videos, and I know I've been spending a lot of time about talking about the Fed and banks and things, but that really plays into what we're going to talk about today. So one of the things one of the things that just happened, loan level pricing adjustment. You've been reading about it. And that is people that have less than stellar credit are going to get a lower rate than people that have better credit. And well, not necessarily right, a lower rate, but there's going to be a premium associated with the fact that you might have that better credit. And loan level pricing adjustment, it would be based on credit, occupancy, things like that. So what they're trying to do is level the playing field, so to speak. And I'm not certain that can be done. I don't know. I understand the rationale. What I'm thinking is back to 2008. What I'm thinking about is the savings and loan debacle, and we know how that ended. That was not good. We had a lot of people that were buying homes that shouldn't have. And I'm not saying that people that have less than stellar credit shouldn't buy homes. That's definitely not what I'm saying. Um, we work with people in all price ranges and all different scenarios, and life has a way of sometimes just hitting you between the eyes, and that could be that you missed a payment on something or a couple payments. It could have been that you were going through a divorce, death in the family. Something could have happened to the primary breadwinner. So I'm not casting aspersions. Certainly that's not what I'm doing here. But what I am saying is that the government's gone back to trying to monkey with something that I think should be more left to the lender, the person whose money's at risk, so to speak. And so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So we're talking like $40 a month. I think it's all things being equal, it's like $40 a month extra if you have over a certain credit score. And so that's going to be interesting. But what we are seeing in the macro is we're seeing less homes come to market. Inventory, as a matter of fact, is down for the 6th month. Black Knight has some great data, and they have some great analytics. They're talking about that. We're seeing homes, just not enough homes coming to market. Sales are still up. Inventory, what's interesting, even with inventory, homes are starting to stay on the market longer in a certain price range. Now, in the price range under $1 million. So let me come back for a second. The hot sector of the market right now are 2 to 3 bedroom properties, and I think what that's telling me is telling us is that a lot of first time buyers are still coming in the market. Certainly, if you have kids, you probably want a 3, maybe a 4 bedroom. But a lot of the first time buyers are going to buy 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. They just need to get into something, and that's the key. to establishing wealth just to get in, get in something, and then over time you'll be able to leverage it. And I think that's the biggest mistake. I know um, that a lot of people make that mistake. They hold out, they pass up the good for the great. So they pass up a good home to go for a great home. And a great home doesn't come up for another couple of years, and then prices, have moved, and affordability might not be the same. Interest rates certainly have gone up past 8 months, 9 months. So they could have been in a nice 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, or even a single, and then we'll turn that 1 bedroom, and I think 2 bedrooms is about the minimum I would recommend a lot of people start with. It allows a little more flexibility as far as certainly if someone has a family and have a child, you probably eventually want them in their own bedroom. So it is more attractive for a lot of buyers. So singles and studios are a little tougher, but we're seeing the 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms really hot market. A lot of first time buyers. We're working with first time buyers. We don't, like I said before, we don't just work with Shady Canyon, Newport Coast, Newport Beach, Corona Del Mar buyers and sellers, Laguna Beach. Where we work with all price ranges, all locations. I'm a real estate agent. It's what we do, and it takes us to all different communities. So some of our videos, when you watch, you might not have been to Hidden Canyon. You might not have been into Orchard Hills. You might not have been into the Great Park, the Altair. And so we want to take you there. There's so many cool places out here. There's Copa de Oro and Anaheim we'll eventually get to, and Steeplechase, really cool developments out there. And just absolutely some fantastic homes that we have the pleasure of going into. So, but we're seeing less number of homes, still a lot of interest. I talked to an agent today that said they had a listing of $995,000 here in Irvine, and they had 200 people through their open house. And I was at a place called Manzanita, which is in El Camino Real, and they were stacked. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting how the lending industry. The Fed just increased the Fed funds rate by 25 basis points, or 0.25%. And it's going to be interesting to see where they go with rates. We're still inverted yield curve, short term still lower than long term rates, which is historically just not the case. Traditionally the lower is the longer, so the short term should be higher than the long term rate, and we're still not seeing that. But as far as pricing, we're still seeing a gentle increase in pricing, coupled with the higher rates. That's one of the reasons we've seen a slowdown in sales. However, the slowdown in sales has been accompanied even more by a slowdown in inventory. So less number of homes coming to market by default means less number of sales. So it's interesting, and I want to compare apples to apples. Some people say, well, the market's slowing down because there's less homes sold. Yes, but that's because there's less homes to sell. I mean, if I had 10 homes to sell in El Camino Real, 10 homes under $1 million here in Irvine or Tustin, I'd sell them all. I'd sell them all quickly. So if you're looking to buy or sell, call me, please. We're looking for homes. It's tough. It's tough on buyers. I had a buyer move last year. They moved to Alabama because they couldn't buy here. It was interesting. We took them to Orange, and we looked in Tustin and Irvine and Lake Forest and Yorba Linda. We just couldn't find it. Fountain Valley. We just couldn't find them a home in their price range. And it was tough because the prices had gone up, rates, but it was inventory. There weren't enough homes, and the competition was fierce. Not saying that we don't enjoy the competition. Typically, we'll get offers accepted. Might not be the first offer. My experience is we'll get you the best home, the best price for you. And that's interesting how that works out. And I always tell people that things will work out the way they're supposed to work out. And it is. Sometimes we'll have a buyer lose a home that they made an offer on, and they'll be upset. I had one didn't talk to me for almost week. What's interesting, though, we got him in the absolute best home with a great view, and that was the best home that we looked at. So we don't push people to make a decision that we don't feel that they are that they're comfortable with, and it's their best interests. We really do, I think we really do take to heart fiduciary responsibility and other things that come into play, I think, with the real estate industry. But what's interesting is that, again, the market is continuing to move up here in Irvine, Newport Beach, Newport Coast, Tustin, Sun Lake Forest, the Meadows, great new development. But we're not seeing that all throughout the country. Salt Lake City, Cleveland, Phoenix, Austin. There's some other areas which are starting to see a decline in prices, or certainly slow down in appreciation. Starting to see some depreciation. We're seeing it play out really big in the commercial sector. The numbers are going to be, it's going to be catastrophic, I think, for the commercial industry. If you've not followed that, look at, for example, in San Francisco, someone said that there was about 30% vacancy in the offices. I'm reading that there's 50%. So half the buildings are vacant. There's a building I talked about last video, is on the market, 285 million, down to I think 250. They believe that property is going to trade at $50 million, 22 stories. But what's interesting about that, it's not just the short term, it's at the long term effect that then becomes a comparison. When someone goes to buy something, we look at sales comparisons. We want to compare apples to apples, and there's all kinds of ways appraisers adjust. I'm not an appraiser, but it's all kinds of different ways to adjust. The same way that commercial investors adjust. They adjust for all kinds of things. Could be traffic. All kinds of things. Allergies starting to kick up. Sorry about that. But we want to compare apples to apples. We don't want someone to overpay for something. It's just not what we want you to do. And there have been times we've lost deals, so to speak, because we felt that it was overpriced. And many times it turned out to be the case. It could be a better property was coming up. It could have been, all kinds of things. So that's one thing. So commercial, we believe that commercial is totally separate, but yet it definitely is going to play into what's happening in the residential space. Right now, again, we're seeing a gradual rise in continued appreciation. It's not a lot, but it is appreciation. The question is it going to keep pace with inflation? Inflation right now, they're saying it's around 5.5%. I think it's a lot more. Eggs, gas. Goodness, just things. It seems like everything's more expensive. But is the rate of appreciation going to keep pace with the rate of inflation? Zero-sum game. 5% appreciation, 5% inflation. You're even Steven, so to speak. Stephen, even Paul, even Mary. I don't know. Even Stephen. So that's one thing. So if you put your money in the bank right now, you can get 4.5% to 5%. There are banks that they're going certainly 4.5%, and some even, I think, are even testing 5%. So if inflation's 5%, 5% to bank, you've not made anything, so to speak. You're just treading water. So the goal will be to make more. There's value adds. There's commercial investing. There's income investing. You can not just increase the value of for example, an income property by increasing rates. There's a lot of other ways to increase value. We are working with a lot of people that are looking to add value. Some are looking to do some what's called tenancy in common, tenant in common, and they're looking to buy the building and convert it to their own assessor parcel number, or APN, and then sell those off. It could be an apartment building, could be, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Answer too quick. I couldn't get back to screen. It could be an apartment building. Let's say you have 24 units and you want to sell them off. So you buy the apartment building, then you take the 24 units and then you have to go through a process of creating a tenancy in common and of course HOA and all kinds of things. And it's not for the faint of heart, but we have people that have done that. So you would have 24 apartments now become 24 individual selling units, so to speak, so condos, townhouses. We don't, and we don't see everybody wanting to do that, but we're here for for our clients. Assisted living facilities, storage facilities. What's not in vogue right now, what's really not in favor, is Class A office space. Office space has fallen out of favor, and just some of the reasons I delineated. People aren't going back to the office as much. We see that played out not only in vacancies, but also in lower cell phone traffic, which was really neat to see. I think that's a leading indicator, is that if cell phone traffic is down 50%, then that means there's a lot less foot traffic in that area, which means that all the ancillary businesses, the businesses that service, for example, a building in San Francisco, you have all the restaurants, you have the parking, you have the restaurants, you have the entertainment, you have the hospitality, you've got transportation, you've got Uber, you've got regular, yellow taxis, you've got Uber, Lyft, all those. All of those people are affected. All of them are affected by the vacancy, very much so. Just like when there were strikes at baseball, sporting events, baseball, football, basketball, whatever, hockey, then the people that get hit are all the ancillaries. So it's not just the athletes. It's not just the stadium owners or building owners or whatever. So we're very much paying attention to that. And so again, and I'm going to be wrapping this up, but I'm sorry for hitting the screen earlier. I'm very animated with my hands. But what we're looking for is the leading indicator. What is going to tell us where the market's headed? Interest rates have certainly been there. Is it going to be commercial foreclosures, defaults? Is it going to be residential defaults? Is it going to be tax liens? HOAs? HOAs foreclose quickly. They're the only ones, by the way, who can keep equity. So when they foreclose, they keep all the money. So you had $500,000 equity in your home, they literally keep it. It's owners. It's abusive. Is going to be, what's it going to be? Is it going to be the fact that we're seeing a dramatic increase in the use of consumer credit? Probably, it's up there, but we don't yet have that one thing that is giving us concrete proof of the direction of the market. We are seeing lower sales, low inventory, prices continuing to move up slowly, steadily here still in Orange County. So thank you for joining me. Again, join me Sunday, 6 p.m. and we're going to do another live video. So Bruce Clark, Coldwell Banker, whether you're looking to move, whether you're looking to buy, sell, make a move the next 5 days, 50 days further out, give me a call. Choose text, send us an email. We'd love to help you make a smooth move to or from Orange County, San Diego County, Los Angeles County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County. So thanks for joining us. Enjoy the evening.